So one other thing that I've been hearing a lot is people want to see schema markup be put in correctly. And so I've done a little bit of that, but let's take a look and dive into a little bit more detail about how I do schema. And I'm actually an SEO digital marketer by trade. So this kind of stuff is like built into my DNA. So let's erase this. I don't need to add any events. I don't need anything for, again, that's events. Video is great. We need that. Logo. This does have like the business stuff. So I need to leave this, but I don't have an address. So this is something that I'll just leave as uncommented or as commented. All right. So article, this is one that we can do. I don't have a podcast, so I'm going to get rid of all of this. Don't need this one either. Don't need that one. I did a project for some music artists as well, so that's included. So we can do post as a post. Then, just because I'm afraid this is going to break my project, if I don't update this now. No, regardless, it's going to break my project. So post title, post, this should be image. All right, so we definitely have to do a couple of things here. Not speaker. I think I should have an author. Okay. And then, so if I go, let's change this also to an author. And then I actually want to go and check our author collection or author config, collection config. It's all the same. All right, we have our, do I just have it as a users? So I just imported this type author, but what even is it, or where did it come from? Okay, interesting. So I don't even actually have this collection, but if I go to my posts, do I have an author here? Posts, tab content, relationship, authors. Okay, so it's actually supposed to be our users. So I don't even know what type this brought in, but all right. User, payload types. So we're good there. Now we can go to our users, which I don't think has any kind of social icon stuff yet. So in our users config, we've got our name, we've got our slug, and then after the slug we'll just do name of social links. And then we need to do, it's going to be an array. So it's going to be type of array. And then we'll do fields. We'll then have a new field. And this will be name of, we'll just do, link is fine. So we'll do link and then type, not array. It'll be, this one should be a select. And then we'll have options where we'll do a label of YouTube value. I'm going to do lowercase just to make it easier on myself. And then after that, we will do another field if I can type. So then we'll do name of URL, type text. So I only have YouTube right now, so we'll make this work. Then if I go to my users, if stuff doesn't break, we'll see what happens. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we'll just use any of these. We'll do the blog one because I can read that. So social link, we'll add in YouTube. We're going to change this label to be URL because I'm not going to be lazy. And then we'll label this as, actually this is a good time to use another label. And I think I can just do admin, components, description. And so if I come over to have it already in my social, where you at? Social links description. I should just be able to use this still. We'll see. So I can do social link and then I can do, so it's got the social link 01 part, right? Data channel. Okay, so we'll change this to be channel just to keep things concise, consistent, still nothing. All right, well, that's fine. And then let's take our URL here and save. Though now I am curious. Social links description, social media link. So that worked. And then data.channel. I wonder if I can do data.sociallinks.channel. Didn't think so. Social media link undefined. LOL. All right. So this isn't actually what I want because it's doing an actual description. So where I want this to be is row label. Never claimed to be right. So then this needs to actually come up to our array field instead. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that should be right, but it's not. So we've got YouTube lowercase. I'll survive, but either way, so that works, that's in there. So now we can go back to our schema, and then we've got our social links there, and we'll just do our channel. All right, so then we have our author name, and then here should be author. No, so post.content.authors. So that should be good. Then we have should have content, post.content, image, I believe, image again. Yes. All right, so do I have to use this again? So I'm not using, well, I am using, I don't think mentions or anything. So this is not part of any kind of series. And then our article body. All right, so good. We have another thing to do here. So let's take a second to first get this right, but I'm not using image anywhere else. So what I can do is just do post.content.image.image. Now I should be able to get rid of all these other checks. Great. So we'll come back to this in a second because what we want to do is instead of our description HTML, we want the content.rich text. And then here, did I already create? Yes. Lexical to plain text, and that should be good. So now we'll implement this one by one. So I'm going to do this add article on our, not page, oh, it is pages. So we're going to do a const schema, and that's going to be an array. And then we're going to add article and just pass in pass in blog. And so next, we will then do our default script, and then we can do type. I just want to make sure I get all this right. So we can do type equals application JSON plus LD, or LD plus JSON. Okay, just making sure that I have that right. All right, and then, so we do need this to be an open script, and then we want to do a strategy, and let's do after interactive. Doesn't really matter. This isn't like the most important thing to have render, so I wouldn't put it as before interactive. But we're going to use json.stringify, and we'll do our schema there. All right, so now let's go over to a post, and then we're going to open this up. So if we inspect, and then I just want to check in the head just in case. But actually, I'm pretty sure all of these scripts come down here at the bottom. So, all right, so there's a bunch of images, but let's check the last one maybe. Oh, I gotta find it. They're gonna make me dig for it. All right, so let's do, I think it's blog posting. Nope, okay, there we go. All right, so now we can see our schema in here. And this might be a little bit hard to see, but we have our type of article, the headline, the image. Oh, we don't have, oh, we do. We have date published. We don't have our date updated though. So we can do date modified, updated at. Let's take a look at our structured data here. Then we take a look at article. I just want to make sure I get the name right. Date modified, which I did. All right, perfect. But now I can see we have our date published, which is the actual published date. And then we should have date modified somewhere in here. Maybe I need to refresh. Article. So yep, date published, date modified. Perfect. So our article schema is good to go. All right, and I guess I lucked out because that's my Nick blog there. All right, so let's take a look real quick at another blog, one that might be a little bit more complex, maybe this one. So we'll go to our script that I'm working in, which is lexical to plain text, node type, node children. I don't know what this is going to look like. Oh, it doesn't have any content. That explains that. So this one has like a table of contents and stuff, which are blocks. So let's Find that article. So our article body doesn't do anything because it's probably just all a bunch of blocks. But I guess, yeah, so it's only trying to take text and not any kind of blocks. So I would need to build this out a little bit more. So if we were to do, that's future blog. So let's go over to our posts, save this just in case, don't know what it changed. But if we go to our posts, future blog's the only one that's up right now. All right, so we have our table of contents. And so here, if I do API, so what's likely needing to happen is this is taking our node, which is rich text, or it's content, and then it's, no, sorry, it is rich text. And then it's taking, so it's finding anything with the type of node of text, which there are none here, and returning just the text. And so if I wanted a post of just blocks, yeah, if I just wanted a post of just blocks, then we would need to adjust how we do this, which would then be something like if node type block and node dot block type equals table of contents. I'm just going to do like return test because I would have to do one of these for each block. Interesting. Let me log the node. I want to see what I'm getting. Yeah, so block. So node type equals block. Oh, okay. So node dot fields. We should get a little bit something from this article. Oops, article body. Well, why did it do it that way? All right, so now we have kind of something to work on. So we'll come back to this because we'll want to do that for each block type. So let's work on another schema. So we're not going to work on our logo right now because we needed like an actual address. We have our video here, which actually should be fine. Okay, don't need all of those. What? So I just need this last one. Okay, that looks good. I do have video already, and then we have the image already. All right, so breadcrumbs would be up next. And so we'll do that here in a second. These are types, so I don't want those. I'll leave the globals there. Definitely don't need process. We want that. We don't need author. We don't need either of those. We can leave the globals for now because I'll probably want that. Then same with the get cached globals. This needs to change from get payload HMR to just get payload, which I think is just get payload from payload. Don't need any of these types. We'll need this. And I don't need a format date, so I think we're in good shape here. Image is good, so I believe if I go to my schema component again, schema, we've got the container, which takes that there. I don't even have a strategy set for this one, but all of them just go into the end, so I think we're okay. But that does mean I can change our blog post from script to be just schema, what is this called? Individual, which means I don't need any of this. So then I also don't need any of this because I'll just do self-closing and then it needs schema, which we can just add in our schema. And really we should just change this because we won't need this either. We're going to be passing in an array. So that individual and so this should just be schema. Yeah, that works. So we can change from this to be schema. And then we also need to change that. And I believe the other one's going to be here, or it'll be an image object. So if I go to, we have an image object somewhere. Oh, it's going to be under media. And then we'll do our media image object. I don't think these types shouldn't matter anymore, but let's see where this is going. So we're going to change this from individual to just be schema and then do the schema. I don't know if I need an await here anymore. I guess I do. Oh, that's right, because this fetches something. All right. Does it? Do you need to be async? If you don't, then I'm not going to make you. Let's see what happens. Yeah, all right, so that works. All right, so we have all of our, the schema is good there. We don't need this types folder, or types file rather. Do refactor. And then we have our index here, which that's fine. I'm okay with that. So we have image object, video object. This can then be schema. And so can this. So we've got our video, we have our image, We have our article schema.